Hey, what's up, guys? Watching an absolute stacked card. Showtime pay-per-view. Congratulations. April 17th, Gervonta Davis. Good luck versus Ryan Garcia. April 17th. We are waiting for you.
It's personal between me, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, these are my post-fight thoughts on Gervonta Davis versus Hector Garcia. And quite frankly, the fight ended in an 8th round stoppage, I believe it was. But quite frankly, to be honest with you, it was kind of the prototypical Gervonta Davis type of fight, which was simply give away the early rounds, figure out the patterns of the opponent, download the information, so to speak, and then when you feel comfortable and you found chinks in the armor, just slowly but surely turn up that pressure, turn up the heat, and hit the opponent with devastating shots to get him up out of there and stop him. And that's what happened in this fight. And apart from the fight itself, just the whole everything around the fight was bizarre. Like, it was bizarre. You had, first and foremost, you had, I believe it was in the latter stages, the middle of the 7th round, you had Gervonta Davis, Hector Garcia. They had to stop the damn fight. Not because anyone was hurt, and not because of anything that happened in the boxing ring, but more so because of what happened outside the ring. There was a brawl near ringside, and when we were live, and shout out to everybody who watched the live with me. But when we were live, we had no clue what the hell the altercation was about. But the altercation, apparently, as it's come out now, was Meek Mill, the rapper, really famous rapper, Meek Mill. He was arguing with the Gary Russell Jr. and just the Russell brothers in general. And the Russells were about to stomp 10 holes to Meek Mill because Meek Mill can't fight. Meek Mill don't got no hands. So that's what all that was about. Meek Mill was wearing $1 million jewelry, flexing on people, acting very belligerent from the videos I watched and ignorant. So thankfully for him, there was a lot of people that intervened, and he didn't get 10 holes stomped through him, because that's what would have happened if he would have fucked with the Russells out there in DC. But I digress. As for the fight itself, now that Tank has defeated Hector Garcia, and about Hector Garcia, right? I just gotta call a spade a spade. And look, you guys see that? Look at that water back there. You hear them birds chirping? That's that South Florida shit. It's the country out here in South Florida. It's beautiful. But anyway. As far as Hector, right, I give him credit. He boxed a very intelligent fight, good game plan, did his thing, was able to, I was very impressed actually with how much he was, especially towards like round 6 and round 7, he was doing a great job stepping the Tank. He wasn't afraid to mix it up with them and landed some nice hard body shots. And I was really starting to grow in confidence for Hector as the fight went along. But then, he felt that Gervonta Tank Davis power. I'm a hard hitter like Gervonta Davis. I forgot what rapper said that, but it's a famous line on a rap song. He felt that power, and he figured that he didn't want any more, right? So he got in the corner. I remember he got in the corner, and that boy started panicking. Hector started panicking. He said in Spanish, he said, I can't see. He started panicking. So then they stopped the fight. And then 5 minutes later, he said he could see again. So, listen, man. I don't like criticizing fighters, because who am I? I'm not nobody to criticize the fighters. They put their lives on the line. I'm just a boxing fan, chilling near the water, who loves the sport. But from what I saw, and this is just my humble opinion, I thought Hector folded. I thought he quit. I thought he quit in the fight. He quit, and I keep the same energy I have for Daniel Dubois, the same energy I've had for other fighters in the past. I think he quit. Why? Because you can only be brave in the boxing ring, and you can only be brave in life when adversity strikes. So when, and the thing is, like, look, you guys, I may not have been a fighter, but as far as professionally or even as an amateur, but one thing I do, I've taken a lot of time to try to understand these guys on a psychological level and what it takes to be a fighter. I've even gone as far as to training with some of my friends who are professional fighters. So I know on a very minor level what it's like. Very, very, very minor level. Those guys aren't normal. Like, boxers at the world championship level are not normal. And Chris Eubank Sr. said it best. They're not allowed to be normal. You know what I'm saying? They're just not. So, you know, Hector panicked at the first sign of adversity. I thought the fight was pretty close. I actually had him up before the stoppage. I know the judges had it the other way. But the first sign of adversity, Hector folded, you know, because he unfortunately, although he's a great champion and an awesome fighter, he didn't have within him to continue on when adversity struck. So, yeah, is he a good fighter? Yes. Is he a world championship fighter? Yes. But will he be known ever as an extraordinary fighter? No. Because, you know, you look at, like, all fights, you know, Naoya Inoue had his orbital bone broken by Donaire in the first fight, found the way to win. You know, you look at, like, just look at all the fighters who have had injuries, even with their eyes, closed eyeballs. I think it was, who was it that told me last night? My boy John from Long Island. He said Kevin Kelly stopped, I think it was Derek Gainer, and he had his eyes shut. His left eye shut. One of his eyes was shut. So, you know, these are the fighters that get remembered throughout the course history because they went above and beyond the call of duty. And Hector Garcia, unfortunately, did not go above and beyond the call of duty. When adversity struck and he felt, you know, when he was met with the realities of what it was really, really going to take to win that fight and grind it out, he quit on the stool. And that's what it is. And there's no hatred here. I like Hector. I look forward to seeing him come back to 130 and taking this ass beating from Otar Aronosian if he wants to defend the belt against my boy Otar. But, yeah, man, so make it that what you will. But moving on from that fight, because most of us knew Hector wasn't going to win because he couldn't win. And, you know, there's a lot of speculation about the fight being fixed. I'm not ruling that out, but I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole. You know, Tank just hit him really, really hard, and he didn't want no smoke. So now they're saying Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis, that's next. Supposedly, according to Oscar De La Hoya, the date is April 16th, but that hasn't been confirmed yet. But can and will Gervonta Davis beat Ryan Garcia if they fight? Now we've gotten more information, more data on Tank, and you know, we've seen another fight from him. And you know, I don't think it's not a whole lot's changed with me, to be honest with you. I think Hector did some things in the ring that, you know, showed us what it would take to beat Tank, you know, which is fighting tall off the jab, trying to use that height advantage and your reach advantage to your advantage, and doing that. And I think you know, Ryan Hector's about 5'8" and some change. Ryan is 5'11", so Ryan's 3 inches taller than Hector. Ryan punches way harder than Hector. Ryan is faster than Hector. Ryan's a better fighter than Hector. All the way around the board. So that being said, my opinions have not changed. I still got Ryan Garcia beating Gervonta Davis. I know I'm the minority. I know a lot of people are saying, like, Tank will do this and Tank will do that, and he may well do that. Like, he may do that. He may knock the fuck out of Ryan Garcia. It's possible. Ryan Garcia still has some things he's got to clean up. But I just think with certain fights and certain matchups, it's written in the stars for certain guys to win, and that's just one of them scenarios. Ryan Garcia has all the stylistic advantages. The only disadvantage he has, and it's a pretty, you know, weakness, I should say, not disadvantage, but a weakness. The only weakness he has is that, you know, his foot positioning with southpaws ain't necessarily the creme de la creme. It's not the best. So he's going to have to clean that up and work on fighting tall off that jab. But I think he's going to beat Gervonta Davis if and when they fight. But it should be a good fight. Hopefully, for boxing's sake, I don't care who wins or loses that fight. For boxing's sake, that the fight gets made so that the fans can be happy and then we have an actual mega fight to talk about, because, you know, we already have Jamel Charlo not fighting this year. We already have, because he pulled out of the Tim Tszyu fight, now we got Virgil Ortiz and Stanionis not happening, and the welterweight division is becoming even more trash now. So it's just like we need a big time matchup in boxing, and that's really the only one that I think. If those two, I'll tell you this: if those two just sign the contract and the fight happens, Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia are heroes for this sport at this point, because Crawford and Spence are never gonna fight, and even if they did, who gives a damn? Fury and Usyk, you know, that's up in the air, but I have my doubts. Better be at Bivol, still some ways away. So like all the big fights that we can talk about in boxing, they're either not going to happen, they're a ways away, or they're just a figment of our imagination. So hopefully this fight, this potential matchup doesn't become like that, because Ryan Garcia and Tank, you know, it's a great matchup. Hopefully that PBC didn't just use Ryan versus Tank to just sell this Hector Garcia pay-per-view, because truth be told, let's be honest, if you didn't have the Ryan Garcia fight supposedly signed, could you have really sold this pay-per-view at all? I don't think so. And I'm very intrigued to see what the numbers are going to be. But yeah, I mean, I was there at the media workout. I remember almost nobody asked Tank questions about Hector. They were all about Ryan. So, you know, they could, PBC, Showtime Boxing, and all parties involved could very well have been using that potential fight and lying to the media and lying to the world and saying that the fight was signed just so people would watch Tank, and they could use that to sell this fight that, you know, nobody really asked for or cared for before it was signed. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the fight. Shout out to Tank, shout out to Hector Garcia. I still, even though he quit on the stool, you know, I still respect him for taking the challenge. Now he can go back to 130 as the champion that he is. And he can go fight. I mean, he can either defend the belt against Lamont Roach, who's #1 in the WBA, or if he really wants to challenge, #2 is to defend the belt against Otar Erinosia, because he wants that smoke all day and every day. So yeah, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Tank stops Hector. Hector quits on the stool. Is a Ryan Garcia fight in the cards? We will see. Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I was saying, every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.